What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Thank you for stopping in. Today, I have an overview to do for you. It's a knife I've had for quite a while. Um, I have put it through quite a bit of material at work and at home. We will get right into it. Today, I carried my GOM from Renegade Provisions Co. This is the black micarta and stonewash slash satin blade and the milled titanium clip. This is my knife of the year candidate in its price range. This is just ridiculous. Uh, I love this thing. There isn't one thing I do not like about it. I've only had it for a little bit, but the feel, the blade, the size, everything. Um, a lot of people nowadays dwell on the action first. And don't get me wrong, I like good action on a knife. I like it to open smooth. I like it to close smooth. It doesn't have to necessarily be like completely drop shut. Just a hydraulic close, similarly to the last 50% there on this guy. This doesn't need any, it'll just a tiny bit and it closes. But anyway, how a knife feels in hand is a huge thing. Ergonomics is a huge thing. Um, and then size plays a role in the ergos. Um, and over the last 2 years or so, I've really become favorable towards Wharncliffe blades. And this all ties in with my overview today. But just a little tidbit of information. Uh, unless I have a crazy change of heart, as far as the knives that I've handled this year and have, this is going to most likely be the production knife of the year. There's one other one that's really close. I'm not going to say what it is, but we will see soon enough. And I also, of course I did, carried the GOM's big brother, the Gungnir, which is also from Renegade. Huge knife. I love this knife. So I carried both those, Lynch Northwest clip. And then, as I said, you will not, unless I'm even in my pajamas, I'll put it in or if I'm in sweatpants or something, I'm throwing it in a sling pack or something and bringing it with me. But the Axial Alpine is an awesome little package. So that was what I had on me. We are going to be doing an overview slash review of this guy here, the WE Roxi 3. Seth and Teryl Todd, the brothers of Todd Knife and Tool, designed this knife. This is no new knife. This knife has been around for quite a while. Not that long, but a little while. I've had this for, I think, it's been close to a year, we can say. Pretty close, I think. These have went up a little bit in price, and it's not on sale right now that I've seen. But these come in like right around 2 to 230, depending on what model you get. They are all the 6AL4V titanium. Some of them are just stonewash, some of them are the black, and then there's a tiger type one, I think. Um, I'm watching a live also, so sorry. Yonan's doing his Christmas live. But this is a CPM S35 VN blade, sheep's foot. Well, it's very warny like, isn't it? Damn. I guess you could say it's a modified sheep's foot or a modified warning. It does come down to that point. It's just usually, it's pretty, I mean, I guess that is the definition of a Warncliffe. I mean, comes down to a point, straight edge. I mean, that's as warny as you get, pretty much. I mean, this is a Warncliffe for sure. They're very similar. Sorry about that. My son wants to be a knife reviewer as well. But we were saying that is a Warncliffe blade. I always really used to think it was more of a sheep's foot. I mean, it is sheep's footy. There's really no belly, and it's not as. I mean, this is classified as a sheep's foot because it has that little belly, and it's got the elongated slant. You know, it's not a very tight taper. So this is kind of an in-betweener. More of a sheep's foot, though. I mean, and you could say this is a modified Warncliffe because it does come down to a tip. Very slight tip. I mean, slight. Very, very slight. But it has belly. So this is more of a modified sheep's foot, but you could say modified Warncliffe also. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on blade shapes just for fun. Not that I'm an expert. This has a 3¼ inch blade, total blade, and then it is 4⅛ closed. I don't know. This is about 1¼ from just a hair past 1¼ on total width there closed. It's a nice little package actually, and it opens up into an even better package. I mean, you got this like 50/50 choil here that you can climb right up on it, and I mean you can get a really good grip. It's got this amazing backspacer and jimping. They keep it a little finer up here, and then it gets a little more aggressive here, and then you do have a nice little set of jimping there on the backspacer, which it really does in the back of the hand here, at least for me. I can feel that, and it actually feels like when you're putting pressure. It's one thing I noticed when I was really gripping this knife fast. that's one thing I noticed when I was hard using this knife is that jimping, you know, because you can squeeze this and do it comfortably. Um, and a lot of titanium knives will get you here on the back. A lot of them have open construction, and some of them are comfortable though. Like some of them can be good, but some of them can be kind of rough when you're really getting into it. Now, if you're just, you know, using this for EDC, it's gonna be even better. The ergos are phenomenal. You can control the blade in almost any position, and you can do it very. I mean, you can climb all the way up, and that is very nice for certain things. Um, if you got to be very precise, so it's an awesome folder, and I see why certain people rave about it, and then I see why other people rave about it also. And what I mean by that is a lot of people like the action, and then they see that it cuts their boxes and letters and whatever, you know, the tape and whatnot that they cut throughout the day. Um, they see that that works good, but what's really good also is the action. Um, this is one knife that WE company uh, did very well. Um, and I see it across the board on the content that I've watched. Um, I haven't never really seen anything negative on this knife. But it's one titanium frame lock, which I've said in the past I love. You can thumb flick it out, and it's no problem whatsoever. You can be anywhere pretty much on it. And it's not that because it has a light detent. I don't know what sorcery they did here, but the detent's stout. But you can just there's something about how it's designed. Um, you're real. It's not bothering it. It's perfect. Uh, the reverse flick is perfect. The front flipper is done well. The jimping does not go all the way around the top, but I don't think that's necessary in every front flipper. It depends on how the flipper is designed, in my opinion. To say every front flipper needs it is kind of uh, just stupid because you don't need jimping up here on this kind of front flipper. You just don't. So it makes sense to leave it off. It makes sense to just leave it off of there. It would serve no purpose. Even a tiny little bit, it would be pointless. Uh, but the sounds are awesome. A nice audible click when it closes, and then a nice. It's got it's got great. It's very smooth. You can just see how smooth it is on the open, on the close. It's very well done. So that is the action and acoustics and all that. It does awesome in those categories. Um, and as I said, for EDC, for hard use work related tasks, you know, banding, seatbelt, heavy duty cardboard, or just the trades type, hands-on cutting that you would do in the day-to-day, this would be able to handle 95% of it and be very comfortable while you do it. This would be a perfect pocket knife to keep with you with a utility knife. You know what I mean? For the stuff, you need something that's as thin as a piece of paper that's really gonna, or something you just don't give a shit about. This is perfect as a backup because you can use this on everything else. We'll do a quick little cut and then we'll get you out of here. But this knife, that was me, guys. But even after, this is one reason why I love S35. Even after all the, now there's some, not really. Any of that has any of that screw up you saw, that was me. Or the blade, I've used the piss out of this, and that S35 has held up phenomenal. So, that's one thing I think these Chinese companies, as S35 and S30, 14C28N, and 154, those three steels, I think they have pretty well nailed down. So if you can get a knife that you like in one of those three blade steels from China at least, I think you're going to get a well done blade also. So this knife is a huge, this is like a 9.5 out of 10 type of deal. All things considered, for a production knife around $200 or whatever, this is an awesome knife, and all the little details, the little fuller off the hole, the pocket clip, the access to the lock bar is phenomenal. But alright guys, if you're still here, thank you. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and if you're still here and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell. That'll notify you of when I upload a new video. Leave me a comment down below, let me know you're new, and for everyone else, I'll catch you later. Be safe.